You better not ask for nothing. 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 Feeding you greatness, everything you need. Pull up to the table and fulfill your be. We got the last week for the culture and what's trending. Foolishness and friends, everything in between. But y'all not listening when we say don't ask for nothing. Whatever you need,
anything, everything, all things.
you'll be fulfilled right here. Tune in, turn up.
Turn up. Turn up.
What's good, everybody? It's King. It's Moni, baby. And this is We Have That at
Music to my ears.
What's good, Squizzard? What's good?
Good news. In honor of my Women's History Month, which I haven't been really honoring, and to keep it 100, didn't really honor tonight, but the Grammys passed. It was like the night for the ladies. Amazing. Beyonce setting records for Grammys. I did not see this show, so I didn't see the before. I didn't even know it came on until the day after.
You don't know who performed.
All I know is that Beyonce set a record.
Shout out to Beyonce, who was at the Grammys but did not perform with Megan Thee Stallion as she performed the remix. Holla.
Why?
Like me. She know we wanted to hear them James.
I don't understand what's happening with that. Why
Beyonce is 50. She tired. She ain't got time to be up there jumping and gyrating.
That is not true. Beyonce still performs.
And she love it.
She about to be like Tina Turner, retired, okay?
No.
Remember
I wonder why she's not. Why wouldn't she perform with her?
Remember she put that out that she was taking a whole break. She realized she was doing too much. She's going to fall all the way back. And I think that that's exactly what she's doing. She let Megan sit up there and perform their song together without her.
That's weird. Come on. If you're going to make the song with the girl, then promote the song with the girl.
She went up there and got the award with her. I mean, I'm sure Megan it's not the biggest deal. B was up there on the stage with her. I loved every time Meg won. It was like genuine excitement. And she held it down for like a year and a half for us. Like Meg came out and held it down. And I'm a fan. So I was excited for her. The performance was good. It was different. It was like, so if you seen Bridgerton, they had the orchestras playing the modern music, Ariana Grande and stuff. And it gave me that feeling because her songs were like a jazz tap dancey type vibe. That was the whole performance.
Okay.
For body and stuff like that. So it was good. She always puts on a good performance. And I thought that it was funny when she said that she always aspired to be a hip hop Beyonce because she goes in like that. I think she's really good on the stage dancing and stuff.
I can see that.
Yeah, super dope.
I still think it's weird that she didn't perform with her. That is strange. Like you're right there in the audience, girl. Get on the stage.
She said, "That's it. That's my part right there. Go ahead, hit it, Stallion."
Me and Beyonce didn't have a relationship because I would have been on the stage and put my mic out to her like, them.
Yeah, no, I for sure would have wanted to be on the stage with me if I'm performing. Like,
of course,
I for sure want.
And Beyonce knows that she's the biggest artist in the world right now. And she knows that people be talking shit on the internet. Like, be even on the like.
But I think her coming was a statement. Like, you know what I'm saying? She showed up because she only.
It wasn't no statement.
I'm just saying like that was a nice gesture because like she don't. Like BET Awards, she don't be there or performing.
Them niggas ain't been out in mad long. They was like, we're going.
Nobody even knew that they were there. They were panning across the audience, and then there was J&B sitting at a table.
Yeah, so they like, listen, we here now. Don't push you. We're not performing. Like.
Mind you, months ago, Megan said there might be a chance of Beyonce performing. She actually talked about it. So you talked about it with B and she left you hanging. But since it's Beyonce and they both from H-Town, I guess the excitement was still there.
I don't like that.
Y'all didn't watch any of the performances like on YouTube or anything?
No. I heard Blue Ivy got one too. That's dope.
Blue won one. She's the second youngest to hit that thing or get a Grammy.
Look weird to y'all?
Does what?
Who look weird?
Does she look weird, Beyonce? Like, I don't know what happened to her through this pandemic, but her face looks puffy.
Maybe she gained a little pandemic weight.
Yeah, but
she didn't. She didn't gain that weight when she had them babies. She had 3 back to back.
Her face looks different. I'm not saying anything by it, but it just looks strange to me. I don't know.
Everybody says that. They say she don't look the same. It's probably surgery. She probably got some subtle things done, and it just ain't the same.
Because Mama Tina's was not subtle though. Like she looked different before that.
She went from Mama Tina to Lioness. Go on.
She was like, pull it all the way back.
Give it all. But I think she had her surgery out loud too. Like, there's no way you would have known she went into surgery for a facelift. But I think hers was out loud.
What does that mean, out loud? Like,
people knew about it. It wasn't a secret. People knew about it. I think Beyonce tried to do things and come out like, this is me. We watched you had 3 kids. Your body ain't changed that much. You done had a few live videos in between all that. We know how you sitting. And that's on Flatty Cake.
Her booty is fake?
Absolutely. And I love the queen. I'm at every Julia, tell them, Julia. Yes. B don't have nobody. Did you see Mama Tina? Where you think the body came from? Nowhere.
I feel like she always had a body, and then she had the babies, and then
what she had
spread a little bit.
Come on, she spread it a little bit.
She had not the spread. You think you have babies and your thigh and booty sit like that?
You know what I always take as a really good example of that? Nelly Furtado. Do you remember how Nelly Furtado used to look when she was like very thin? She was like granola crunchy. She went and had a baby, and after that was thick.
It's different from them baby making hips. Baby making hips, them baby making hips. Do y'all know that song about Fantasia? Fantasia had all the ghetto hits. Baby making hips, baby mama. Oh! Okay, I'm getting excited.
Hey, beware.
I really don't want to believe that about Beyonce. I don't know why. I really don't.
What did she got? What did she got? Surgery?
I don't think her butt is fake. Her face, I don't know what she might have got some fillers. Or
maybe
something.
If you look,
maybe not fake.
Them thighs don't match if you look close.
Yes, they do.
Maybe she got that BBL everybody be talking about. Maybe she just got the meat.
That is surgery. That is surgery. That's surgery. That's booty enhancement. And it's no problem with that. The shorty just kept it on the low.
I don't think she did.
You don't think Beyonce got a little...
She's on the verge of ant booty. Stop.
Talking about ant, not ant booty.
I feel like her thigh, like
let me stop, because if I ever meet her, I want to kiss her pinky toes.
And Beyonce,
so I love you, B. I'm stopping now. Like, whatever you decided to do, you did it.
Because Beyonce she gonna press you too. Like, yeah.
When the Ivy Park thing came out, people was like, she don't look the same. It's not normal to not look the same.
Can she not age and nothing? Can she gain a little weight?
You seen her in a picture and you seen her live on TV, and she don't look the same.
Ever since that came out during the pandemic, when she has this hair and she's like sitting like a robot and like, and
she was up there with Meg like.
Was she still doing it? What's wrong with her?
He was like, and the dude was like, stop. And then he started telling about how she just broke a record.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And she was like,
what's wrong?
And I'm like, dang, like you still that shy. Remember, she came out with Sasha Fierce because she was so stage. She had so much stage fright and stuff. But she said that was retired because she was comfortable. But she's still quiet. Shout out to B for making history. Shout out to Blue Ivy. Shout out to Cardi. I enjoyed the Cardi performance. The dancing was way compared to the video, but I enjoyed seeing her up and it's up when it's up and it's up and it's.
Was it all over the place?
Cardi can't dance. So the awards performance was a little bit sloppier than the video, but it was still very entertaining. Whoever is dealing with her put every coin. They put every coin into Megan's performance, every coin into Cardi's performance. Megan performed WAP with Cardi as well. It was good. It was good. I'm just a professional dancer in my head, so I'll be like, nope.
He was like 8 count. 8.
Cleaner than that. Come on.
You're at 8.5.
That's hilarious.
But I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't even see their things live. I just went back and watched it later on.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna look for the performances. Those shows are always fun.
Shout out to the ladies in Women's History Month.
You know who has a hit though? Like low key. I don't know. It made me think of that when you said something. Have you heard that song by Usher? Bad Habits?
Yes.
That is my song.
I love. I'm just bad at it. It didn't really have a rollout. I was randomly hearing it on the radio, and I'm like, hold up, he got a new song. This is a hit.
Oh, Bob, it's so good.
It's good.
The truth. But did you see the video, which is a cool video? He looks like he moves. He don't move like he's 20 anymore.
Oh, he don't?
Like his moves are a little slow and shit.
Dang, I thought she was gonna say it was the same.
No.
So he's no Beyonce. We got
no. But he sounds so good, and the song is so good. I'm like, yo, just stand there with a mic. You're at that age now.
They said one thing Usher gonna do is tell you that he's shitty in a relationship.
Dog.
Yeah, that's what the whole song is.
I love. I'm just fucking bad at it.
Mm-mm.
It's a good song. Check it out though. Bad Habits. Ursha, baby.
Ursha.
Talking about music. First topic of the night. Biggie Documentary came out.
Mm-hmm.
Super interesting. A lot of thoughts popped up, but just like wondering, like, why haven't those Biggie and Tupac murders been solved? Like, why is there still a conspiracy?
Jeesh, go.
Because it was an inside job. So no, I think it ain't been solved because I don't think nobody wanted it to get solved. I think they died for a reason. Probably multiple reasons, deeper than what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't seen enough documentaries to know that it was clearly like a rabbit hole. So it's like,
what reason do you think it was? I definitely have a theory. I'm in this with you.
You say you have a theory?
I have a theory. I'm in it with
you. Look at Jeesh, perking up. You got a theory.
You know I love a good theory chat. No, I don't know. I think it was an inside job. I think they was causing somebody some money, or they was getting in the way of somebody making some money.
Inside, as in inside the hip hop world, or?
Yep, I think it was definitely the hip hop world.
Okay.
But we've always heard there's enough money to go around. So you think that they possibly got killed over money? Nothing else? Because all that beef stuff was going on.
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. It was definitely more like to it. But I think ultimately somebody was like, okay, either they was gonna be talking too much. Like, because I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like Pac and Biggie was both people who was probably hard to silence. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like eventually they would have been right there talking about it too, or you know what I'm saying, saying something that they not supposed to be saying, but they not scared to say. Like, so I feel like motherfuckers was like, oh, we got a dead that. I'm like,
my theory is I don't think it was like an inside hip hop job. So I was watching a documentary and it really like just started to hit. I've said this before, but it really started to hit me, especially in light of like everything that's going on lately. Like, first of all, Biggie was 24 years old. Like, I can't get over that. 24 years old, right? 24 years old. And like they painted him and Tupac out to be, he's a baby. Like, Louis just started drinking 3 years ago. Like, he's a baby. So, like, the way they painted them to be these, like, evil figures against each other, they really, and I'm talking about the media, white America, they really built it up. And I think that hip-hop is, like, this miraculous thing, right? It came from the gutter, literally took over the world. It's everywhere right now. And they were, at the time, like, two big voices. And they had influence over large amounts of people. Now, when in American history has Black people having influence over large amounts of people something that has ever been accepted? They need to be taken care of. I do think that they were like assassinated. I think they were killed just to get rid of like the Negro problem or this East Coast, West Coast beef so that they could stop it and put an end to it. I really like inside as an inside the country kind of job. Yes. But I really do like, I wish people, I mean, we do, but I wish like all people really looked at hip hop for what it really is. Like it has changed the world, I think, in a way that no other music has, because it's not just music. It's like a whole history of people behind it. And this is like slight segue, but like people who we don't, if you don't know your history, know where you're from, you cannot pinpoint a place in Africa where your people come from. Not all of us can. Now we have like the ancestry DNA and stuff like that. But it's like, so you don't know exactly where you come from. So when we create things in this country, you know, hip hop, jazz, whatever it is, it's like, these are the things, like this is home. Because it's not like a concrete place. So I think like this is one of those things where it's like culturally, we created something that has literally taken over the world, like the far reach for every kid. And it has been like a youth movement. And I think it's really cool to see like the older hip hop heads and like how they handle like being an older rapper, because it has to be a thing. You can't just retire from rap because you're young anymore, you know? Mm-hmm. But anyway,
I think it's cool when older dudes can keep up. Like I was listening to Fat Joe the other day. He still got singles coming out. You know, Jay never stopped. LL Cool J was gone for a good minute while we were still getting older. Like, I think that's so dope when they can keep up. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you can't leave it. I mean, you're hip hop forever.
That's what your career is. Somebody can't tell you, all right, just stop. You're not a
Something that you said that was so interesting, which ties this together, is that there's another hip hop documentary on Hulu about hip hop as a whole. Mm-hmm. And they literally said, because you said Black people running the world, influencing the world. They literally said hip hop was their way into getting a seat at the table, getting that money, being in control, running the world. Yeah, that was our seat at the table. The dude that initiated it had no interest in hip hop, but he wanted a seat and he wanted the money, and that was his way in. Yeah, because it was ours. It is ours.
Yeah, and I believe in taking those steps. I play the long game. Like I could wait something out. Like I could, you know, it could be miserable right now, but as long as I can see where I'm going, I'll figure it out. So it's like, wow, I just totally lost my whole thought.
Oh my God. Listen, I keep picking up this glass with this wand and it goes.
Yo, that was so weird.
I don't even need to put it down.
It's been a long day. No, I was saying something about like if you can. Oh, like so you want to get in, you just want to have an avenue where you can start to grow. And I think looking back at those people sometimes look at like old Hollywood stars or like musicians and stuff like that and call them coons, and they were just playing that same mammy role and Uncle Tom or whatever. It's like, yo, somebody had to do that. Somebody had to do that so we would be able to do things and grow from there. I'm sorry, like they didn't have the choices that we have now. And you have to be respectful of the fact of how those people got into it, how difficult it must have been. And then once they're there, how they're treated, and to stick that shit out. Like it takes a lot of courage. And I'm just always like very like thankful, grateful, honored. I can never imagine like what it's like to grow up. Even now it's difficult. Like grow up in somewhere like so segregated or racist where you know everybody around you is looking at you like you ain't shit. Like you don't have to question it. Like you know for a fact.
It's rough. I just seen this video. This is off topic. I just seen this video of this Black Uber driver lady clearing this passenger out who was like, "I'm a housewife." And like, what is that supposed to mean, miss?
Yeah.
Like,
you got a job?
The lady was like, Okay, then shut the F up. Like, you bake cookies for a living.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is at my lifeline, but you're looking down on me. You're judging me. You have an issue with me doing this. And there's a bigger picture. You don't know anybody's history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I want to go get an extra coin after my first job and I'm running around in my scrubs, you don't know what I do.
Or if I make enough money, I work a 20-hour work week and I like to talk to people. So I Uber drive. Like, people do things for all types of different reasons.
Yeah, because Young Jock do that ride share in Atlanta, and people started filming him. He was on TMZ. Like, this is what I do for extra money. Like, people feel like I fell off and I did that. The man is getting money.
Perming his hair.
I'm sure that Jock is rich. I'm sure that he's rich.
I'm sure he got some, like, a little bit of coins.
She did.
I'm sure he do. I'm sure he got a couple of
about the Uber lady. She did. And that lady held her own. The guy it was so funny because the lady was going off, and then the guy was like trying to calm it down. And he was like, I don't think you're going to get anywhere with your bitches and your fuck yous. And it was just, y'all had to see it. I got to find the video. It was funny.
Good. This is a good segue. Talking about, our Karens of the world. Ooh.
I feel so bad if that's your name, member.
I know, Karen. But what is up with all these white women not wanting to wear their masks and going in places knowing that it's a whole like decree by the government that we should be wearing masks, and going in there saying, I'm not wearing my mask. I won't put it on. Trump 2020, storm out.
I have my health issues. Go ahead, Jeesh.
Oh, you said, I don't know. I think the problem is just people wanting to.
Jeesh is a white woman, by the way.
I think people just want to oppose. I think it's hard for people to realize, like, that's just the way, like, COVID changed the world. So it's like, people, you have to wear a mask, like, to be.
How do you feel about mask wearing?
Oh, I don't really wear my mask unless, like, I know I want to be up in somebody's face, like, but like.
So does that mean for public places? Like, what does that mean? You don't really wear it?
I mean, I wear it when it's required. Like, most stores, like, where I'm at is like kind of lenient because, like,
where the hell you at?
I ain't gonna put them out, then they gonna get busted. Nah.
Ooh,
I know.
So you're in an area. You're in an area where it's not pressed to wear a mask.
I don't get pressed. Not by the people in the stores. I get more harassed by other customers than I do like the workers. They don't be like. Now it is.
The workers don't want this smoke.
Wait. You are in places, Karen, getting harassed by other customers, and you're like, not by the employees, so I'm good.
Yeah, kind of. Because it's like, my thing is this: if you wearing your mask, why are you concerned with the air that I'm breathing in? The mask is made of steel, so it's like, okay, you got your mask on, you're immune from COVID. That's the logic behind it. So it's like, you got your mask on, so why are you worried about what air I'm breathing in?
Where is your sensitivity? Listen, I'll be 100% honest with you. Like, I don't care nothing about those masks. I would not wear it. When it first started, I was not worried about a mask. I don't think I'm going to get COVID. I've been around pretty, like, I've been moving very similarly to the way I normally move, whatever. But I wear the mask for other people to make them feel comfortable. Like, people are really scared. Like, people's family members have died during this time. Like, people are really scared. Like, whether they think they're going to legit, the mask is made of steel, like, I hear you. But it's like, whether they think they're going to, get COVID from you or not or whatever, they are afraid. And they're doing, like, something that they can do to keep them, like, sane.
Yeah. No, like, if it's required, but the thing is, if it's required, like, I'm not one of those people, I'm not going to walk into your establishment and make a fuss.
You just said you're in the store where making people feel customers.
But I'm not terrorizing customers. They terrorize
the hell up and have your 6 feet and have your mask on.
But no, for real, like, don't get me, but like, for instance, Penn Station, one day I would order some food I was about to order some food from them. I walked in there and they was like, oh, so you need a mask. So it was like, okay, I needed a mask to go in there. So I didn't cause a fuss. I didn't have a mask, so I walked out. It wasn't the issue. Like, they required me to wear a mask, and they was on it, and I was like, oh, okay. And
so you literally just don't keep masks on you, or you just move it.
This was closer. No, this was
extra one in my
closer
purse.
to the beginning.
That was close to the beginning. So honestly, that from there on, I knew to keep my mask on me because obviously I was about to be turning around every time. I didn't know it was a toss up. But most places do. Like, okay, if I go to Meyer, Walmart, they at the door, like, you need a mask? Like, okay, I got here.
Yeah, they be having them right at the door.
But like, when I go into like the corner store, don't be like,
you're not gonna terrorize us today, sir.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, the Karens who don't do it, just feel like they're trying to prove a point. You know, like a lot of the videos I see is like, I have an issue. It's not a law. It's a mandate. Da, 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 da. At the end of the day, a lot of the enforcement is from the companies themselves, and they don't care whether it's a law or a mandate because they're thinking about the bigger picture. Like what Mo was saying, like it has to do with people. You got old people, you got sickly people, and you don't know who's crossing paths. I'm over the mask. I want to take my mask off. I hate it every single day, but I've never even attempted to walk anywhere without it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stores, when you walk in there, they handing them things out. They wiping down them carts and they handing them out. You know what I'm saying?
And for the most part, I feel like in New York, everybody's wearing masks everywhere.
I went to New York one time. I went to this little gas station joint and the dude walked in and checked out with no mask on. But the cashier / owner was looking at him like an alien. I was looking at him like an alien and I didn't even, you know, I'm not patrolling, but it's just weird because right now the culture is protection. And I was like, and I feel like the cashier stared at him while he was in his face all the way till he left the door like,
did we have our masks when we was in New York? I don't think we did.
We did. When we went into, I think we went to McDonald's. I think we had to have them on.
We didn't have masks among each other.
Yeah.
But when we was out and about,
we were walking the streets of New York. No, I don't wear masks walking down the street.
Did we when we went into McDonald's, did we have to have it on?
I don't remember. I know I had a mask, but I don't remember having it on.
I don't think I was all the way
in the pictures. They were. I don't think I had a mask on in them pictures.
It may not have been like, you know, so heavy yet. I can't remember the time.
Yeah.
It was lighter then because remember they had the curfews and everybody was sitting outside eating. I mean, the New York streets were popping and nobody had on a mask, but we were walking the streets.
Because you could still dine in until 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we kept going to places and we couldn't get in.
Yeah, because it was late.
No, he did not just yell us out for our little secret link up.
There was no secrets all on the internet.
It ain't on it's on your internet.
It is. But listen, what I'm about to say. Oh yeah, but like I don't cause a ruckus. Well, that lady was like, she had kind of irritated me because she was like, "Does Black Lives Matter?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, right on." And she was like, "Well, you need to put a mask on." And I was like, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't really.
Story. What happened?
I was at a Circle K, and I was going there getting my little ones and twos.
Name the store.
I know. I was
full detail.
I was getting my little ones and twos, and I was walking out actually, and you know, I was just buying. I was getting my regular, like it's like the corner store.
I love it.
Ones and twos. I'll be right back.
So I was just, you know, doing that, and then I was walking out actually, and then she caught me like this. She was like, "Black Lives Matter, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she kind of like set me up and was like, "Well, then you need to put a mask on," like some shit like that. And I was just like, I kind of was like, headed to her, like, "You got your mask." I said the same thing, like, "You got your mask on," like. You worry about the air you breathe and not me. Like, I don't see your logic behind that. I'm trying to set me up for a Black Lives Matter when you now I feel like you don't even believe that.
I feel like that was slick as hell. Like, do Black Lives Matter? Do your black ass like matter?
She was watching you in the circle.
She's like, I care more for you than you do, sir.
Yeah, like, excuse me. Like, I don't know. That shit didn't sit right with me, honestly. But
did you put a mask on at that point, or did you just keep it moving?
No, I didn't. I gave her a piece of my mind. I don't remember what I said, but I'm real like.
And they let you check out without your mask and everything?
I was walking out the store, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was walking out. She was like the one lady behind me, and she was standing her 6 feet. She had her
I think I would have been like,
yeah. I wish I'd have been more sarcastic with it, but she caught me off guard, so I got mad.
She said, "Ho."
And it's funny because it was an old ass lady too. Like, But she made me mad trying to say like, "Do Black Lives Matter?" Because now I'm like, baby, you don't even believe that. You just said that to prove a point. It's like,
I think it was clever. I think that was clever as hell
But,
because who would have thought that? Who would have thought to say that?
And it bothered you because she was
you
like,
had the balls to say that
because she called you out.
Yeah, that's where you gotta get straight ignorant. It's not about logic at that point. Like, you don't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, old people say what the hell they want, how they want to. Old people get a pass unless it's like straight disrespect.
Yeah.
But like old people say what the hell they want, and she was an old ass white lady, right?
Yeah, she been privileged for a long time because anybody, I'm like, listen, where I'm from, we don't do that.
I don't take it like that. I don't think it was a racist comment from her.
It wasn't. I wasn't say racist. I was never gonna use that word. It didn't sit well with me though. It did not.
It was one of two things. You can look at it two ways. She was trying to check you, or she was trying to get through to you. You know what I'm saying? It could be looked at both ways. She was like, "Oh my God, let me. What can I say to check him? What is like whatever?" Or
just want to wake this young man up.
Yeah, either one, because it could be taken as disrespect or like an old person trying to school you.
But she should. But as a white lady, an old ass white lady. She should have figured out a different way to get through to me than saying that.
Because Black Lives Matter is for white people as well, brother.
It's mainly for white people, so they let me serve.
I don't know. It depends on the energy. It depends. You know what? Bye. Anyway, because you play too much.
I know, right?
You know what? Forget it, because G ain't no grown up. I'm not messing with him.
It's like, oh, I'm not racist. I have a mixed grandbaby. It's like, Black Lives Matter. Like, knock it off.
He is bothered by her.
I know. She did get to me. I ain't gonna lie. I was irritated.
Tired of that woman.
But no, but like I said, but other than that, I really don't cause a ruckus. I keep my mask on me for sure, but like I get tired of just having that bitch like
it's right
here.
It's right.
Like my beard needs sunlight, like the rest of my head. Like so, I be like, okay, I have it on me, like because I know Walmart, Myers, places like that. They not
crazy. Like I work at a gig where I'm hands on with folks. And I walk in on any given day and they're like, hey, the person you interacted with tested positive the other day when they walked in the door. And that's just what it is.
The mask is to protect others. Different states have different mask rules. It's also conflicting because states that have lifted their mask mandates, still allow private business to uphold their mask rules.
Yes, it's funny that you say that, Corbin, because in Texas, they lifted everything, but this one Mexican, I don't know if it's one, but this Mexican restaurant still is having the mask mandate, and the folks, the Karens and Kens, are threatening to call CP. What is it called?
I don't know.
Border, immigration on the restaurant. You don't know
why they.
You don't know if the people are immigrants.
You know why they.
Now
said
that's racist.
Opening it up, right? They said because the owner was immunocompromised. They were like the owner was someone who had some sort of illness that they didn't want to expose themselves.
And the thing is, in a restaurant, you don't need to wear the mask once you're seated.
Yeah, but my thing is this they restaurant, so they have that right.
In peace. And that's the thing. Like everybody don't have to move the same. Even though we don't all agree with the way everything is. It's disrespectful for you to be putting out threats and stuff.
Huh? Especially, and that's racist.
Run their business. If they said you have to wear a mask, put the mask on. If you don't, don't eat there.
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Yeah, but that's the bottom line.
Taco place in
it probably
Texas.
is.
They said, I don't want to go nowhere.
But is that not
your tacos?
And you're going to do it the way I want you to do it.
So now you assume that I don't got my green card and I'm running the whole
that's my thing. Like you're assuming that they're running an illegal business. Just put the mask on and go sit down. As soon as you sit down, you could take your mask off.
Yeah, like that's.
But people like to be miserable. They like to try to prove a point. The folks that we talk about,
but
they like to be in charge.
I like what you said, Scheme, about like everybody is not the same. Like everybody not gonna move the same in this pandemic. So it's like it should still be a certain type of respect, like mutual. Like, and that's where I'm at with it. Like. I don't harass people. I might look at you funny or like, don't get me wrong. If I don't got my mask on and like we talking and I realize we a little close or you do one of these, honestly, a little rattle, my brain will trigger and I'm like, okay, my mask.
It's natural. It's natural.
But I still don't just wear it. Like I don't wake up and be like, okay, clothes, shirt, shoes, mask. Like, no, I wait until I am like, okay, about to walk into somewhere. Like,
I don't walk out my house with a mask. My mask isn't on in my car. I put my mask on as I'm walking into facilities, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? And at work, I'm in my own little space. So unless I'm with somebody, my mask is. But my job wants you to constantly have it on your face at all times. Listen, my huffs and puffs is not set up to handle it. I don't have it. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
But I'm constantly washing my hands. I'm constantly being cautious, you know, the way that I can for myself. Yeah. So, I mean, that's all we can do is follow
and thank God we survived
our abilities.
Yeah, thank God we haven't.
A lot of my people aren't feeling it, but that don't mean that they're not doing what needs to be done to, you know, do right by others and stuff like that. Because imagine you walking by somebody who can't handle it and you don't have a mask on. And for whatever reason, you don't know that you're carrying. Like it could just be anything.
Like I don't want no smoke. Don't get me wrong.
I just needed to be done with, Jesus.
Yeah.
Come on, COVID. You know they pressing everybody. Get y'all vaccines.
And that's another thing. That's what I want. That's another thing. Like,
how do you feel about the vaccines now?
I think it's gonna be two different societies. It's gonna be a society where it's like, are you vaccinated, and you're gonna be able to do certain shit. And I feel like it's
already that because you can be maskless once you're vaccinated.
Yo, I don't know what to do because I want to leave this country.
Yeah, you want. Yeah, certain things are gonna require vaccines for sure.
Yeah, come on, let's go to Greece.
I was very they're not letting us in. I was looking at flights. They're not letting Americans in right now.
Oh, they're like, y'all all right, y'all straight. Go on YouTube and watch a video.
And then I'm sure if they do it, you're gonna have to have a vaccine. Now
I'm going to Mexico in 2 days, and
are you?
Yes.
Shut up.
I'm going to Mexico in 2 days, and
don't I know this?
Why don't you know this, sister, friend, lover, everything? Why don't you know this? But we will talk about this later. We will talk about this later. So I'm going to Mexico. They have no requirements, no test.
I know. I was in Mexico.
Everybody's been going to Mexico. There's no requirements.
Come on down.
Yes,
but I have to have a test when I come back home.
Yeah. I had a COVID test just in case. They didn't ask me for anything.
Did you get one on the way home to come back?
No, we didn't do anything.
Oh.
I checked my bag.
Okay.
I do know somebody right now who is just straight up living life on the edge. Sis was like, I'm trying to live my best life. I'm going to Hawaii.
Okay.
Hawaii. Now, she went there. Apparently, the test she got, I don't know, wasn't the right test or whatever. They needed something from CVS or Walgreens, whatever. So she was supposed to quarantine for 14 days. She called me from the beach. So I'm like, first of all, I was watching the news and they were like, you could get up to 10 years in jail if you get caught lying on those forms and stuff like that. I'm like, that's scary.
Remember the young boy? He traveled and he was supposed to quarantine. He did not. He ended up in jail. And the mom said, I'm not helping you because you ain't listen.
Yeah, you can't play with you can't play with the feds about nothing. They gonna over.
My other friend traveled. She was supposed to quarantine. They glitched up the tracking for that, and she was out living her life.
Glitched up the tracking?
Yeah, like they didn't activate it or whatever it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they're tracking people. I think that it's a lot to try to track every traveler because most people ain't going on a 14-day trip in the first place.
Yeah, yeah.
You want me to sit in my room for 14 days? I only have 5 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's hard to keep up with that. So a lot of people are getting away with it.
But it's
when you travel, they're not wearing masks. You're traveling and they out there like, hey, and then hoeing, you know?
But it's really on your iPhone too, though, like, or your phone.
You have to activate it. You have to turn it on, I think.
Yeah, I think that you don't, though. You know, I'm a
they have an on button, but
they turn it on there without all of us knowing. Our phone blacked out over the course of 2 days.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised.
Ooh, they think they slid.
They think they slid. That's that 5G. No, you stop.
So what are we on mask wearing? Jeesh, Kimi?
You said.
I wear my mask.
Yeah.
I wear my mask everywhere. I hate when people got that little gator on the tip of their nose.
That'd be me. It fogs up my glasses.
And I seen this one dude, he had the gator and it had little holes in it. And I was like, sir, that has holes. Here's a real mask.
That's so funny. My coworker had to help me out because she saw me struggling. Like my glasses was like fogging up. She was like, "You have to tuck it under your nose, and then that way you can breathe."
And I was like, other people are nasty. Other people are nasty, and like you don't know what the heck they got. Geesh, are you getting vaccinated?
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, that's where we were at.
I feel like it's going to be something I'm going to have to do or I'm going to want to go and I'm going to have to get vaccinated. But until like I'm like, oh, you can't get in until you get vaccinated, I'm not getting vaccinated. But I know it's going to come a time where I'm going to have, it's going to be unavoidable. Like it's life, it's society. It's either that or go live in the forest. Like
everybody. Yeah,
it's going to be like either that or go live in the forest. Like that's how it's going to be. Yeah. Like, so it's like if I'm not ready for the forest, I got to get vaccinated.
Vaccinating you if you're homeless. If you if you just run across a place that's giving out vaccines, they shooting you up.
Yeah, but
Mo, how do you feel?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Jeesh.
No, I just don't feel comfortable with I feel like it's like 2 or 3 sessions you got to take. That sounds a little extreme to me.
One every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, that sounds extreme.
It don't last. It's not necessarily immunizing you. They don't know how long it. I mean, like there's a lot of underlying things.
Yeah,
that makes it random. What do you feel about it, Mo?
I was definitely like fully anti-vaccine. Now that they're saying if you get it, I do want to travel, high priority in my life. I want to like get back out into the world. So that's
out to Fiji.
Fiji.
Also, at work now, there were a lot of people, especially I work in a pretty diverse place. A lot of my Black folks were like, we're not doing that nonsense. People are starting to like come around now. They're like, the people around them are getting it. They're getting vaccinated. They feel a little more safe, a little more comfortable. They're seeing, what's going on. And that's what it was in the beginning. Like you want to see what happens. It still has not been nearly enough time for me. I think we could all be wiped out. This is the type of stuff that kills whole generations of people.
Yeah.
Like, we do this shit in 6 months. They give everybody a vaccine. And in 6 months, our whole population is dead. Like, seriously. No, I mean, like, that's how this stuff happens. And I don't think people realize it's like that this stuff is happening. Hindsight is 2020. It's going to be historians looking back at this time saying, "Oh my God, everybody thought the vaccine was the cure, and really, the way this affects your body in 10 years, your heart gives out, and blah blah blah." Now we have a generation of people with bad hearts and who don't live past 45. Like
the same way with the weed killers and who's giving the cancer, the Johnson & Johnson who's giving you the private part cancer. Like it's so much stuff. Because we have
no idea, and they just be doing stuff.
And Dr. Oz was talking to Wendy, and Wendy was like, "I'm not getting it," and he listed like, "What's wrong? Did it happen too quick? Do you think that the side effects?" And I'm like, "You listed everything that could possibly be wrong."
Like, yes, all of it. Yeah,
like you're feeding the conspiracies. And I just was telling this story the other day. One of my friends was not getting the shot. Her parents got the shot. A friend of hers sent her a video that everybody with the shot is going to die in a few months. And she said, "My mom and dad got it. And if they dying, I'm dying." She went and started getting her shots.
Oh my God.
Because she did not want to be left here by herself. And I'm like, people can be so easily convinced by all of this stuff because you don't know what's real and what's fake. Yeah. But she was like, "I'm going to get my shots because if mom leaves, I'm not going to be an orphan." Told the brother, "You gonna be an orphan. I'm going with mom and dad." Like, and like a lot of people believe YouTube videos or wherever the fuck these videos come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that makes it a lie or real. So she was like, "Just in case, I'm gonna go get the shot now." I mean, there's been many times where I've leaned towards getting it because I've never been sick by anything. Nothing has fazed me. Yeah. I don't mind taking the risk. Blah, blah, blah.
Shot, so I'm like,
yeah, like I used to be against a flu shot, and I've gotten that every year for the last 3 years or whatever with no side effects. So, I mean, I do go back and forth in my mind. My other half wants me to get it without even thinking about it. I feel like an old married couple because I'm like, okay, because I haven't actually said that because you say so, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, like my whole job got it. They survived. They had a sick phase, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in the long run. I still need a longer run to see what I'm going to do.
It's going to be like, if you have been diagnosed with mesothelioma. Call this number.
Exactly. Like, because the flu shot used to not be mandatory, and I used to not even think about it, and now I've been getting flu shotted every damn year.
And I don't want to I want to scare y'all a little bit. I'm not a psychic or anything, but there was a time in my life, like for a year or two, where I had repetitive dreams. All right. So it was like always, it's the same type of landscape. We've seen movies like it before where people are in a landscape. It's like old abandoned buildings. Everything is dusty or whatever. Something catastrophe has happened to the world. I was with a group of people. We were running around, always had like weapons on us, looking for supplies. We were always it looked like Manhattan, but like everything was gone. Everything was brown, dusty. We're in the buildings looking for supplies. And there was these like other type of beings or something, one of those like films or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't one dream. Like this went on for like 2 years where every night I would go to sleep and dream about this same thing. So I'm like, yo, what type of post-apocalyptic world is going to come? Now, this is like 10 years ago or something. So I'm thinking at the time, like, this is ridiculous. Like nothing like this is ever going to happen in our lifetime. It has to be some like thought in my head about whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like now thinking about that shit, I'm like, are we going to end up in the book of Eli? Like,
you never know.
I don't know.
That sounds like a lot.
Yes, I don't know. It's I mean, you can definitely go down a rabbit hole with something like this, but it is like, it's scary because it really is how like things like this affect whole world populations of people. It's everybody in the world, like
we're all going through it. It's wild.
On this for 6 months. That's a lot. I don't know. It feels very heavy. I don't know if other people feel that way about it, but
it is. It's a lot. Yeah, how they try to get people to sign on and endorse it and encourage folks. Like, let people move how they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't think that not getting the shot necessarily means that you're careless. I don't think that it means that you're careless, but you have the right to be cautious about things that are going in your body. Like we've seen and heard enough to not be comfortable with what is being presented, especially in the time that it was presented. Oh my God, there's a pandemic. Here's a shot for you. Like you have the right to be uncomfortable for it and take your time. Like the shot will be around forever. So you can get it now. You can get it next year. Just make sure you're being clean, wearing your mask, and taking
and changing your mask too. Like
they yellow and they brown and they black. My God.
Like
I don't do the reusable masks anymore. I mean, I don't. No. I buy the disposable ones. I just buy the box. I can't wear it multiple times. Like I'm not putting that same thing on.
Yeah, I have the cloth one, but I wash it. I do wash it, and I don't wear it I don't wear it every day. I have a disposable one too.
Well, we know you don't wear it every day.
In the Circle K and the CVS.
I don't wear it everywhere, but I definitely have it on my pockets because I hate to have to turn all the way back around. Like that's obnoxious.
People be walking down the street in them, and I'm like, that's not what they're for. They're not for when you're walking down the street by yourself. The only person on the sidewalk.
The street.
New York is different. Y'all are a damn mall everywhere. Like
yes, we are. Yeah.
You're rubbing shoulders in New York. But I don't think when
I didn't rub no.
Are they not? I mean, I don't know. I feel like whenever
I feel like the culture for New York is on foot.
Yeah.
So and it's a lot of people out there. Wear your mask. But I be seeing people by themselves on the sidewalk wearing a mask. Freedom huffs and puffs. Let them out.
Yeah,
do it freely.
Let's switch gears a little bit. I think this is so interesting. So you talked about your partner, right? And having like a difference of opinion about the vaccine, not 100% agreeing, right? Do you ever think, because like that's like a different type of, personality, whatever. Do you ever think about who your partner is in their circle of friends? Like when you meet your partner, you don't know. This is so funny to me. I don't know why. You don't know if you're meeting like in their circle of friends. Is this person like the person that starts the fight? Is this the person that always goes to dinner and ain't got no money? Is this the person that is always saying, you know, they're gonna show up and be on time and is always late?
My.
You know, is this the bum out of the group of his friends?
Is this the right? Like that's bug. Like Moni. So
Not
you wouldn't
the
date
bum.
So you wouldn't date the do it boy out the group?
The
Like,
what?
The do it boy, the one that got to run and do everything. Like, hey, run to the store, grab you. The do it boy.
He's not the top, you know.
Yeah, he got to go run and grab the cigarettes.
Yeah, so, go run and do that. But that is so interesting because no, you don't want that to be your man. Like you don't want that to be your man.
That's
funny. You are a fool. I've never thought about that. And I don't think I've had an experience where I don't like what circle of friends do you have a role in it?
Everybody has a role in their circle of friends and their family. Like,
okay.
Your family casts you in a role. Like if you think about who you are in your family, like they always thought about me as like the quiet one, the smart one, the whatever, the goody two shoes. They don't know my life.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm the bougie one. I'm the recluse. I'm the one who stays away. Like I get it.
Yeah. So there are some people in their family or their friend circle who you might be like you might be the corny one.
I hope my cousin is watching this. Yo, one time I had my lip piercing.
Not a lip piercing.
I had a lip piercing and I had on my like what are them? The polo shirts with the 3 buttons.
Yeah.
And she was like, you just gonna have that piercing and dress regular like that? And I'm like, oh, well, I am corny, but I wanted to have my piercing.
You're supposed to have the piercing, the black nail polish, and the
Bieber like I'm supposed to be on edge. I'm walking around in a regular old Navy jean with a golf shirt. She like, you gonna have your lip piercing and be dressing regular like that?
Is this our Virgo says?
No. No. Shout out to Tasha. That was her smart ass mouth.
But do you think about it? Do you think about your partner in like context of the world, like who they are when they go out in the world, even at work, like what type of worker they are, like just
a little bit. Yes. Now that you're breaking it down to there. Yeah. I wonder who he is in different environments. Yes.
Has you ever had a time where you were with someone and like finding that out was shocking? Like
not that stands out to me. Okay. Not that I can think of right now. That do y'all got good stories like that? Y'all was out with somebody and you was like, oh, yeah, you don't take that when you would. Go ahead, Jeesh.
I got one. I'm just laughing with Moni.
I feel like I do. I feel like I was dating this guy, and we met at work. You know, and he, you know, we're at work, so he's quiet, whatever, seems, you know, pretty reserved. And then like we got into a different environment, especially around his family. And he turned into a baby. Like we were at a barbecue. He was sitting there. It has like his family's house. And he was like, I think it was something. I had my cousin with me and she needed something from the house. She had her baby, like something, I forgot what it was. Let's say, I don't know, a plate, whatever. And then he was like, Ma, can you go get her a plate? I was like, go get her the plate. Like, don't do that. Like, what are you doing? Like, my family's going to come and you're going to go tell your mother. And then they were like having a conversation. He got mad loud. And like, it was like, yo, who are you right now? Wow. Like, what is happening?
Wow.
Yeah, you a whole mama's boy.
Yeah, it was like different just to see him in that environment because he switched up. It was the family dynamic. He switched up to the role that he plays in his family, being rowdy, being like argumentative, like, you know, just that being a brat. And I was like,
that was a whole turnoff.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen you act like this. But it's like he got in that space and like just got right into that role.
That's funny.
I don't think I've ever been around anybody that had a significant personality change with different groups of people, friends or relationships, which is a good thing.
Come on, authenticity.
Because my God, that's deep.
It's weird.
And I mean, you hear that, like, hold up, you tougher around your boys. Like, I was with somebody. There was a couple, and the dude was acting tough around his homies. And the girl was like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you acting like this? Why are you saying these things?
Hey, yo,
why are you trying to blow me off like you ain't up under me all the time?
Yes.
This how I talk.
Which I think is weird. Like,
No,
be you at all times. I get a little shift with the family. I get that. But I don't think I've even shifted there. Like, I'm pretty quiet and laid back with them, but I still turn up and have a good time. I drink. When I drink, it's just keen. Like, I like to dance and sing, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, I think I got multiple personalities, but it's not based off of who I'm around. It's based off of how I feel. Like, you know, like everybody gonna see it depending on the day, but it's like it's not like, oh, let me toughen up around them.
Depending on the situation, that you can show up as different people.
I mean, I think the course is a time and place for everything. So of course, like I know there's sometimes you're gonna be required to be professional. And you know what I'm saying, use your correct, you know what I'm saying, words. But like that don't mean you gotta put your personality up. Like
I'm talking about a different thing than that, because yes, like I switch things up a little bit to be appropriate in where I am. You know, I'm not 100% myself at work all the time, but I am a version of myself. Like it's authentic.
Right.
You know me at work, and you know me at home. Like you know me. You may get to know me a little more if you're chilling in my house. You know. But I'm not a different person. Like,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot. That's just stressful, honestly. Like,
but some people are so used to it.
Not to lean in.
Speak to a Gemini about that. They're very good at that.
Gemini
putting on a new face in every situation they're in, playing for you because they're social. They like to be on the scene, and they're willing to change themselves up so they could like be on the scene and like make it work.
I ain't got that much time.
But it is interesting. Like I always like wonder about people like that. Like, so where does your true self lie? Like, when do you stop performing for people? You know?
Yeah, I mean that's a big task though. Keeping up.
But people do stuff like that for their whole lives.
Yeah,
and they have to.
Cause that's what they didn't set up. That's why That's why you have to cut that. You have to dead that shit and know that you ain't for everybody. Shit, everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
Like you said, you gotta change up to run with every circle. Like maybe you don't need to run with every circle. Right.
Yo, I'm sitting here thinking most of the stories that I tell on here are about the same guy. Like he was crazy.
He was a lot.
I was just thinking another tidbit if you want to know. Same guy. This is how I know. Like I get like this is like toward the end. First of all, he cheated on me, so like I can act how I want to act at this point. It was ending. He still wanted my attention or whatever. So, and I know he was pretending. He pretended to be drunk. So he calls me on his way over. He's coming to my house. I'm in the car. Then I'm like, don't come over here, whatever, blah, blah. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the car, whatever. I'm drunk, blah, blah, blah. He got there. And you could tell when somebody is acting. He was purposely like trying to like he can't stand up. But it was so dramatic. It was like something that was in a bad movie. So I'm like, you're not. I was like in that moment. I'm like, yo, you're not drunk. Like you're pretending to be drunk to get sympathy from me, so like you can get some sort of reaction out of me. Like this is so pathetic.
Yeah.
Like you
release me.
Strange, but like yes.
That's a lot.
Free yourself.
Go ahead and free yourself.
Go ahead and free yourself.
Strategies do got some classics. That's so funny.
Yes.
She got one for every moment, every mood. It feel like.
She does.
You know who I was listening to the other day that got me so hype? Oh, you know what? We have 1 minute left. I realize that when you listen to music, some, you know, those people are like, because I like new music, I like new beats. Some people are like, no, I love old music, whatever. It's better. Music from the R&B from the 90s was better, whatever it is. I don't think it's actually better. I think it's the feeling that it gives you. I was listening to like a 2000s playlist, and I was like, yeah, like hi.
Took you back.
Not the Lil' Kim.
In my room, here thinking about you. Like,
yeah.
For you.
Hey.
But like,
y'all know I'll be ready with the songs.
Hey. Oh, yeah. I'm about to say, don't get us banned again. We got like 10 seconds.
And the song with Ray J.
It was always the Bankhead Bounce.
The good times and the bad ones, whether I lose or
Ray J was on a song with.
They had a song together.
He was in the video.
Oh.
Ain't that Brandy's brother?
Ain't that Randy's brother? 2000s and nostalgia. If you 29 plus, how old are you, G?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm 27.
27, 26 plus we'll give you. Yeah.
She's talking about 26.
We are part of a good era. We could party together when the world up. We have that at home. We're gonna have a retreat somewhere. We're gonna invite everybody and have a party.
We're gonna turn up.
Yes.
If there's one thing we could do, we're gonna turn up.
Turn up, because we got that at home. We have that at home. We have that at home.
Now, wood, look. Bring back the. We have that at home.
Until next time. Peace.